Many people spend days, weeks, months, years, and decades in careers that are diametrically opposed to who they are as a spiritual being. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Keep your hand up if you have made a change from that to something more healthy. And now put your hand up if you're still doing that kind of thing. All right, so this is your one precious life. You know, there's this story that after you die, you go to heaven, and God is like, oh my God, I sent you down there to get something done, and you spent your whole life doing something the exact opposite of who you are. And then you have to go sit in the corner for 100 years and make up for your sins. So for you, for your clients, bringing congruity to who the person is as an individual, to who they are as a spiritual being, can help their health and their well-being and their home life work so much more smoothly. For me, originally, I worked with my father. He was in the medical world, and it was a big change to be able to leave the corporate environment and go off on my own and do holistic. Tell you the truth, for most of my adult life, I lived with like no money. And you know what? I was like the happiest person in the world. Because in my heart and in my soul, I knew that I was doing what I was meant to be doing. And I can tell you, if you are in corporate, and if you're being successful in corporate, the chances that you will be successful in holistic are extremely high. Because you are intelligent, bright, disciplined, and you need to earn the money to keep up with yourself, so you have a certain kind of motivation to go out and do this. Some of our most successful graduates are people who were corporate and took that training and applied it into setting up their own practice. I'm going to ask you now, like you would with your client, to turn back to the partner you were working with, and you're going to ask them this question. So in the area of career, where are you at? It's a very open-ended, high-mileage question, and just give them a few minutes to speak. Was that helpful for you? Now, please listen carefully. Can you see how this was helpful for you, but the person you're speaking with you is not giving you advice? This is very important because it's the underpinning of what we do. To understand that just like you value speaking, and do you see how you think through things while you're speaking? That your client can do that for themselves. They're not a baby. They're not dependent on you. They can speak. This is very bad for the ego, because when I got into this, I thought, I'm going to be so smart. I'm going to tell them what to do. And then I got into it, and I realized, well, I can just basically kick back, and as long as I ask the right questions, they're going to figure it out for themselves, and it's much less complicated than having to know all the answers. So please remember this as you counsel, to give them room to speak. The key point is, with career, is either, you don't want to tell your clients, and I don't want to tell you to leave a career. Many of you have families, you need a six-figure income. What I always say to people is, either find work you love or find a way to love the work you do. So if you do stay in your career, maybe you need to have a different boss than you currently have, or you can do the same work for a less stressful company. The answer isn't always necessarily to start over again. So it's important that you know that I know that it's okay. Some of you will not be health counselors, and that's okay. You're a health counselor anyway, even if you don't do this as your full-time job, because people are even now coming to you wanting to know about things with their health.